Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Melina Landrio and I want to thank you all for sharing space with me and returning to my channel to hang out. Today is January the 7th, 2025, and early this morning I started to receive a visitation or an understanding that I was being visited. So what I saw was a woman with really blonde, soft curly hair like mine, but extremely blonde, platinum blonde almost. She was wearing pink hued lipstick, like a violet hue. It reminded me maybe of a fuchsia pastel-y kind of color. And she was also wearing a lot of black mascara, and she had really fair skin. I feel even more fair than my skin, and I'm pretty fair. And her eyes appeared to be green, but they could be hazel, the type of hazel that has a golden brown hue in it. And as I was aware of her presence, I began thinking, or I gained access to insight through this vision, or a vision of an abduction. And the visual of this, a nightmare for any parent or child that goes through this. And what I was shown was a parent that is not present. So I don't know how to explain that aside from what I've just said. A parent who's not present. So somebody who's not really watching their kid while they're with them. Okay? And they were taking them somewhere. They were taking the kid somewhere, like they were going out for maybe ice cream, they were going to a restaurant, they were going to do something. And there may have been more people. As I saw the child kind of lagging behind. And then their child gets snatched. And this experience is hard for me because the way I was being showed it was as if it was happening to me and my children. And I think I'm showed it in this way for me to fully understand the dynamic of how it may feel from my family's viewpoint or from a parent's viewpoint. And it was horrifying. God, please protect our children. So I asked what the snatching had to do with this woman, because this woman was who I saw originally, and she's blowing bubble gum. And I understand that she might be related to it in some way. Either she is a distraction, she's the distraction, or someone who assists in this nightmare situation. And then I felt this electric pain in my lower right side of my womb space, like at the front lower torso. And it was this zapping pain. It was very quick. And it zapped and then it surged up. So from the front of my body, it was on the front of my body, the front right of my body, and then it surged up to the back right of my shoulder blade in the back, above it maybe. And it felt like a jolt of electric shock. It was very quick. And it made me think of someone being tasered. I don't know what that feels like, but I imagine that might be it. Or some sort of shock. And then as I was writing this out, this part of the channel out, it started to make me think, like from the front to the back, that maybe this parent brings their child in through the front door of a place or the back door of a place, and they exit a different way, or this child gets snatched by a different exit, by a different entrance point than what they had entered. So arriving at the front and leaving at the back could be significant, or vice versa. So when you are out, if this is something that is resonating with you, it's being illuminated by God for you to watch, to understand, to connect in understanding. I encourage you to, when going out with your children, to ensure that you know what the entrance and exit points are of the locations that you enter, and have viewpoints of both. And I'm not trying to cause panic, but this is being shown to me for a reason, and I'm being asked to share it with my collective for a reason. So awareness is always very crucial in keeping our children safe. Now, this is a parent that's with this child who is not very present. This is what I was understanding. And at the beginning, before, like when I realized there was somebody there in my room, when I was starting to channel this woman, I heard this noise, and it was like, it was almost like she took her nails and scratched them on the wall or together. It kind of had this, oh, and I hate that sound, this chalkboard, nails on chalkboard kind of experience. Oh, it had that type of experience to it. And the noise of it, it was what indicated to me that she was there. Then it was 2:11 on my clock at this point. And that's when I was reminded of this noise. And I feel like it was meant to be a distraction, because I was trying to go to sleep, and all of a sudden I hear this noise to distract me from what I was doing. So and this noise was almost like to indicate that I'm here, like, oh, I'm over here, So I had to turn over and look over to where she was. So some form of distraction occurs before this happens to whomever this message is for. So either this woman is the distraction, or a woman distracts or creates a distraction, is what seems to be very prevalent here. Also, the right side is, I feel, very significant in regards to that shocking experience that I had, because I re-experienced it again, and that just only emphasized, it made me think that it had something to do with the right side. So to pay attention to the right side, the shock experience that I had from the front to the back, the shock experience could happen from the right side while you're looking at the left, or vice versa. But the shock was what I experienced on my right. So to turn around to the right to be shocked that your child is not there anymore. So I feel like that's significant. I feel like the right side is significant in that way. Anywho, I'm going to move my computer. I'm going to get my cards. We're going to do a quick quick tarot read, pull some cards on this reading to see what comes out, to see if there's any more information, see how this fits in whatever shape, form it is. Please, guys, use your discernment. Don't get all panicked. I mean, regardless, when you're with your kids in public, you should be watching them. You should be hanging out with them, and you should be very aware of where they are. So that's just common sense to me. But, just to be diligent, especially these days. There's something going on in regards to a child being snatched, and it's something to do with a blonde woman, some form of distraction. Now, I don't know what that all entailed. Maybe this has happened. Maybe maybe this is resonating with you in some way, shape, or form. However it resonates, please don't make it fit unless it actually fits, okay? I'm going to pause my video. I'm just going to move my computer over, and I'm going to get some cards, okay? Just give me a moment. Okay, guys, I'm back. I got these new cards that are actually my daughter's cards, and she doesn't really want to use them just yet, so I'm going to break them in for her. She's given me permission to use them. Now, let's jump into this channel and see. It's funny because these cards were calling to me, and the woman's lipstick literally looked like the color pink on the back of these cards. Like, literally, it was that type of pink lipstick she was wearing. I feel like I had a channel, something similar to this a while back in regards to a parent as well not being aware. For some reason, I felt like it was in Montreal. I'm not sure if there's a relation, but I am being reminded of that download. Wherever that is, I don't remember how long ago I did that channel, but I do remember something significant about it. Anywho, I hope you guys are all doing well. Let's just jump into this. I'm going to pull a few cards here. So the first two, we have a 5 of Cups and we have a 6 of Pentacles. So yeah, there's some form of an exchange of finances here. Let's see here. The 5 of Cups. Some sort of regret, some sort of blame, something to do with a breakup. And then the 6 of Pentacles as well in regards to sorry, I'm just reading what the cards have indicating on them. And they're a little bit psychedelic, these cards. I don't know if you can... Ooh. I want to read what they say, because sometimes the words just really illuminate to me and I just want to see. Yeah, so we have a 5 of Cups of saltiness, some sad, some grieving, some sort of awareness, a deep, profound awareness is had, and it's being influenced by some form of exchange of money. I'm seeing a form of an exchange of money. Some sort of debt repayment, perhaps, is significant. Some heavy energy just came in with that as well. So we have the 5 of Cups and we have the 6 of Pentacles. Could be highly significant. Let's see here. What's the goal destiny of this? Okay, 8 of Pentacles. We have the 8 of Pentacles here. I'm getting the sense it's some form of like perseverance. The word perseverance really illuminated on here. But in the sense of like this for sure has to do with a family that has been severed. So there's a breakup, there's a divorce. The 5 of Cups indicates also a divorce, some sort of breakup, okay? So this is influencing energy. Well, this is the current energy, not the current, sorry, the present energy is the 5 of Cups. So some sort of breakup, some sort of separation, some sort of discord that has caused some immense grief. And it's not just like a quick, like sorrowful, it's a deep imprinting grief. And there's some sort of like a debt, like you owe me, there's some sort of you owe me experience in regards to this. Now this could be the ex for you guys. If this is significant, you share a child with somebody else, this could be your ex. So they are feeling kind of salty about the situation at hand. Maybe they're having some regrets about it. They're sitting in the center of the woundedness of it. And they're like thinking that you owe them something. And then here, there's some sort of perseverance, some sort of dedication to perseverance. And what I'm getting, it's like this, and this kind of has been a theme in some of the readings lately too, this drawn out existence to create some form of discord for you, could be significant. So like deliberately going out of their way, in this case, in regards to your child being snatched, deliberately going out of their way to not take care of your child in the way that they should, because they're pissed off with the circumstance. Like, it's kind of messed up. It's really messed up, actually. And this is like this sort of how they're preserving themselves through it, like some sort of control, manipulative control. Let's see if there's some. I'm going to clarify this with the Dory deck here. But that's how this feels. It feels like there's a control tactic involved here. Number 5, the number 6, and the number 8 could be significant. So life path 5, 6, or 8 could be significant. May could be significant. June could be significant. August could be significant. Clarify the 8 of Pentacles, please. Judgment in reverse. Yeah, there's some severe judgment coming in. Judgment in reverse is clarifying the 8 of Pentacles as the goal. The goal is to preserve some sort of existence with you in some way, shape, or form where there's control. Some sort of control is very significant here, and it's debilitating, it sounds or feels like, for a child or children. Place that how it fits for you guys. But yeah, like they might be trying to manipulate a circumstance. They might be overbearing themselves in some way, shape, or form, or maybe realizing that you're not engaging with them like you once did. Maybe there's some sort of influence there. Maybe you've moved on. I mean, my circumstance was placed into the visual, so I've moved on. I met a soulmate, and we have moved on together and have a blended family. So this could be significant as well. Maybe you've moved on. Maybe you've met somebody. Maybe you've had more children. Maybe more children came into the mix with your partner that you met, your new partner that you met. There's something to do with that. Whoa, these 2 cards just popped out. Okay, let's see here. So we have a Page of Swords in the reverse. So someone's being reckless, unreasonable. There's gossip, aggressions. There might be some bad health here. There's some misunderstandings from some sharp-tongued gossip, aggressive gossip that was cruel and placed malevolently. This is the this is who you're dealing with. So this might sound like your ex. Oh, this light is really reflecting on the I can't really adjust that. I'm sorry guys if that's bothering you. It's bothering me. Let's see here. Maybe a little better. Holographic. I don't think I will get these cards in the future for myself. I'm enjoying the card layout. I've never really used these cards before, this deck. But anywho, I'm getting distracted by the holographic squirrel moment there for me. Okay, let's see here. So, like, all reason, all intelligence is out the window here when it comes to this person. They've just been really reckless. They've been really unreasonable in the circumstances that have been. So you've probably been fighting with this person or dealing with a lot of slanderous behavior by them behind your back. This is significant. And this is somebody who's just bitter and they are regretting their decisions with whatever it is that came about for you guys to part ways. But yeah, it's time to move forward now and move on. I mean, it's very clear. The other card that came in the reverse is a Knight of Pentacles, And it's interesting because we have both feminine and masculine dominating sides that have come into play in the way that the cards landed for me. Like, it's an indicator for me. So it's like there's two parts here of disturbance. Now, this could be related to maybe you're like, I'll just place it as me as an example because I was utilized as the example in the vision that I had. And this is not me saying this is for me. This is something that could resonate with you guys. So you're a woman and you've separated from your ex. Your ex has become slanderous. They've become not very pleasant to be around. They're very controlling and manipulative, and they're trying to create some form of disturbance for you as you move forward in your life. And I feel like you've moved forward for a while, because if this is pertaining to me as the directive of the channel, because I was in the channel as the visual to see, then you've been separated from this person for maybe a decade. So this has been an extensive amount of time. Now, this Page of Swords is landing under the Five of Cups. So that is very, and it's coming from the left side. So they either act as a feminine energy. They have a lot of feminine energy. Maybe you have more masculine dominated energy. I feel like I have been embodying more masculine type energy lately. So even though I'm a female, and I'm not gonna use the word identify. I'm born a female. I'm a female. And your partner is the opposite of you. Okay. But they might be having a feminine spirit, feminine energy encompassing them, while you might be maybe, doing more masculine dominated things, like you're working hard, you're doing a lot of work to create, to bring in, sometimes we have to balance out ourselves, and as a parent, you kind of take the roles where it plays, especially when you become a single parent, you take both roles. So women tend to go more into the masculine dominated energy to fulfill what needs to happen to make all the ends meet, because it's just the way that the energy generates for us to be able to get it all done. And I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like that makes sense for somebody here. Now, the fact that it came in on the left could also be indicative, like, let's say you are me, the female, your side of your family, my family, I've had a falling out with, I have moved on from, things became very clear to me of circumstances, and also circumstances with my ex, who went out of their way to speak with my family, even though he's not with me anymore, has no reason to be speaking to them, and I had requested him not to speak with them. And instead of minding their business, they went out of their way to be spiteful and hurtful and go behind my wishes to be disrespectful and interfering. So this could be significant for some of you as well. So there could be some sort of engagement in regarding some sort of disturbance going on in your life, that your ex has even gone out of their way to interfere into the understanding or development of it. So that could be significant for some of you. That was brought to the forefront for me to share. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles coming in on the masculine dominated energy. So this could be pertaining to his side of the lineage. So if you're like me, the female, and then your ex is as the father, their side, the masculine side, the paternal side of the lineage, it could be indicative of that as well. So place it where it fits. You don't need to make that fit if it doesn't. It just is what's coming to mind for some of you. That could be significant. Now, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is somebody that's timid, they're lazy, they're stubborn, they're careless, irresponsible, they're wasteful, they create obstacles, or maybe depressed, weakness, or complacent. So this could be maybe what they're saying about you to this could be the exchange. The Six of Pentacles being an exchange of something, of slander, with the Five of Cups, and with the swords, the Page of Swords in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse This could be the exchange that's going on and pertaining to you and what's being said about you. And this is recently. It's like painting a picture of you to whomever will listen, to continue some sort of, what was the word I used earlier? To continue some sort of, I think it was with the Eight of Pentacles, to preserve through the circumstance. Like they could be so toxic, like that they go through multiple girlfriends since being with you and have not settled with anybody, or maybe have lost many because they see the truth eventually. And this could be the circumstance that's coming up for you as well, as they're trying to create or preserve some sort of dictatorship that they've placed upon you in regards to your energy and who you are. And it's disservicing. It's supposed to be disservicing you, but I get the sense that maybe it's not. Like it maybe once was. Maybe once it did, but now it's not. And then we end with the World card. So this is like a completed cycle. There's some completion here. You've moved on. Like it's not phasing you whatsoever. This used to maybe bother you, or maybe you had an awareness of it, or maybe you're in a position, since you've moved on from them, of a lot of burden, and you looked a certain way with all the burden on you. Maybe that's because your ex didn't help you with anything like they should have been, and maybe they were painting the picture that you weren't doing enough, but really the reality is they were just telling people what they weren't doing, but saying it was you. Because you've cleared this cycle, you've ended it with the World card coming in as the future energy. Or you're going into, you're just on the line or entering the dance of you don't give a fuck about it. And because you could see that it caused them, whatever was going on prior to this, they were gaining extreme pleasure from seeing you suffer. But now they're seeing you gain extreme pleasure moving on and not having it bother them. So it's like this polarity that's going on here. I don't know if that's the right word. That's the word that came to mind. Like you're now moving into success. You're now achieving your goals. And you're getting into this ideal state of life. And they may be viewing this viewpoint, and they're maybe wondering why or how. I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah. No, I'm just going to move on. Oh, wow. How do I do that? So we have a Page of Pentacles. So we have a young child here as the current energy. Okay, so we have a Page of Pentacles. So they're viewing maybe their child as a way of gaining finances or some sort of benefit on the physical experience of life. It's made like this is for sure a child. So this is looking at a child. Child is good news. Okay. This child is open-minded. They've got realistic goals. They're persistent. They're responsible. They've got determination. There's all these good things going on with this child. And I don't feel like this person is seeing it, or this child is witnessing the slander or the disruption that's going on with the parent. And it's maybe even causing them some grief. It could be like the channel that I received and the woman that I received in the channel. It could be, it could literally be the snatching, like the way I saw the child get snatched. It could literally be this experience is like zapping their soul, and they're being snatched out of their childhood experience into an adult type of experience. Like they're not finding any joy in their life, and they're just, maybe they just have to be a certain way with this particular parent. because there's no moving beyond it or something. That's just kind of what I'm getting from it. Let's just clarify that. Clarify this Page of Pentacles. This child energy, please clarify. Under the Five of Cups in alignment with Five of Cups and the Page of Swords in reverse. It's like there's childish behavior coming from the adult, and it's very slanderous towards the other parent. We got a Three of Wands in reverse. Yeah, they're like forcing themselves. They're asserting themselves to gain some sort of resourcefulness. And they're feeling very confident in this awareness. With the Three of Wands. Well, with the Three of Wands in reverse. They've exerted themselves too much. In this deck, they don't really take the card in reverse, but it did come out in reverse. But I feel like it's like they're asserting their force, but in a negative way. They're trying to be resourceful when it's in the upright, but because it's landing in the reverse, it's non-resourceful material that they're asserting. And the child is witnessing it. This is clarifying the child witnessing this experience, which is landing right underneath the slandering X and the saltiness of the Five of Cups that they have been within. It's like somebody can't process their emotions properly. It's like it's like a disturbance almost on them. I don't even think they see it. I don't think they see it. And the other card that landed up is the Ten of Cups. So you're getting your wish fulfillment. This is recent, but this is in the environment right now. It's like you're standing out as prosperous, satisfied. You're sincere. You are happy with your family life. You have a happy marriage, or your relationship's moving on to deeper prospects, movement, or prospects. I don't know if that's not the right word. Your relationship is, why did I say that though? What does that even mean? Let me just see something here. Hold on a second. I don't even remember what I was saying. My brain just bloop. But prospects, I know, was the word that didn't make sense. But yeah, something about, let me see here. Forecasts, predictions, projections, scenarios. Yeah, so creating scenarios. So lots of prospects. Like, yeah, you and your partner are moving. That's what I was saying. You and your partner are moving into the fruitful prospects. You have good direction that you're going. You have you've created, or you've been cultivating together a movement forward in your life. And I feel like this other person, the ex, is not at all in that means, and they're grasping. It's like your prosperous, your satisfaction, your wishes are coming true, while they're in conflict. They're like sitting in distress in the situation that was. Maybe something is illuminating to them in regards to your separation, your closure of your relationship. Maybe something that they didn't quite see coming is maybe hitting them. This feels very karmic. It feels like very karmic energy is being revealed to them. And it's like they kind of have to sit in what they've created for themselves. And yeah, this is the Ace of Swords. This is the truth. This is what just threw out as the emotions here. So it's like the truth of it all is that somebody is salty that you're moving on, that you're being successful, and they're sitting in lag. Maybe they wanted this for you, and everything that they wanted for you, they're starting to receive, or they're starting to experience life in a way that maybe they weren't expecting or understanding would occur to them. So maybe you guys had a really difficult separation or adjustment. It sounds like somebody is not really maturing where they should be. They haven't really, like, this is if this is for you, if this message is for you, this is an ex that you have children with, And this is an ex that hasn't changed at all, even though you have moved on a good decade. It's like they're still stuck in this, you just broke up, and trying to control or contort you in some way, shape, or form is how this feels. It's really bizarre. Traumatic, I'm guessing, trauma-fueled experience that this person might be having to deal with, and they probably need to seek some sort of psychological help, maybe therapist. It sounds like they're kind of stewing for a little bit too long. I am not a medical professional, so if this is you watching me and you're in need of assistance, medically speaking, you'll need to go to the right source for that. I'm merely somebody just giving a channeled message with tarot reading. It's playing with cards. And my connection with God, with spirit, the way I have my connection with my understanding of my ancestors and my faith in God is different from the way you're going to have that understanding. So I can't really press that on you. So if this doesn't resonate with you, or if my channel doesn't resonate with you, then I'm not for you. I'm going to continue to do my messages the way that I receive them, and I'm going to continue to stand in faith the way I understand it. And nobody is going to tell me how to do that, because that is a personal experience that we each get to have being children of God. So this ends in some sort of difficult choice. So there's some sort of illusions here with the Seven of Cups coming in. A difficult choice is to be made. There's too many choices. One cannot decide. It's like random thoughts, wishful thinking, poor concentration, uncertainty, scattered energy, illusions, and an inability to cope. Like I said, if this is resonating with you and you're the person on the other side of the spectrum that's maybe not being very aware of your children, or this is resonating with you in that way, I do highly encourage you to reach out to a therapist or your doctor to seek some sort of professional counsel to aid you in moving forward, because there's something going on here that this card is indicating to me that you might need to speak about. And there's no shame in that. Mental health is super important. I'm not shaming anybody with that. I grew up with a father who was diagnosed with schizophrenia, so I definitely know firsthand what it's like to see people suffer with mental illness. I myself have gone through my bouts of depression throughout life. We all go through it. It's a normal part of life. In growing and evolving, we sometimes have to face harsh realities, and sometimes our harsh realities need some assistance and some sort of space holding to be able to cultivate movement forward. And it sounds like for whoever is on the other side of this message regarding the person who's in the Five of Cups, the person that's being slanderous, the person that is maybe giving too many, either they're paying somebody some finances to create some form of instability for you, your ex, for you, the collective, or they are paying people with the disrespecting you by slandering your name, by saying harsh things about you, by creating lies and torment about you, by going beyond and far up and above and beyond to make sure that your life isn't flowing smoothly, is how it feels. And the Seven of Cups is much about not seeing things correctly. There's a form of distortion in regards to the reality and the illusionment of what they're actually perceiving. It's like, I feel like it's somebody who's just living in this illusion, and they're just riding the illusion the best way that they can to continue it because it's comfortable there. And the thing is like, we all have these areas that are comfortable, but they're not necessarily good for us, and we want to get up and do the right thing, and like get up every day and exercise. And that's something that I have been wanting to start to do again for a while now. And I'm going to, and I can see the need for it. And, we all have something that is kind of getting in the way. There's no shame in any of that. It's just a matter of why you're wanting it and how you're going to incorporate it in a way that's healthy for your the way that your life is going. We've incorporating prayer, or incorporating going out together on date nights, or incorporating spending time with your children, and gaining some form of fruitfulness together in regards to growth and nourishment is all really important things that we should strive for. Something physically like exercise, or mentally changing a thought pattern, or emotionally connecting to an emotion that you're having and really looking at it even though it's uncomfortable and moving forward from it. We don't tend to do that in our society. A lot of people like to pretend that our emotions don't exist. We like to pretend that we're not traumatized. We like to pretend that we're not hurting. That didn't hurt me. No, I'm not bothered by that whatsoever. But then we go on and our actions say otherwise. It's like we're wearing these masks that are facades of trying to live this like perceived, it's a perception. This is like comes down to perception. It's the reality of the perception that you wish to seek. Are you being authentic, or are you being inauthentic? This is telling me you're being inauthentic, trying to pretend that that's authentic. When you're being inauthentic in your life and you're acting like it's your authenticity, you can't hide in that. You're not gonna be able to hide for long, because you're not gonna be able to hold that inauthentic lie of who you are forever. You are eventually going to be seen in the reality of who you are authentically. This is making sense for somebody here. But the 7 of Cups is showing me that there is going to be a difficult choice. So this person is having random thoughts, and they're having random thoughts wishing ill will on you. They're thinking terrible things to hurt you. That's not normal. That requires some assistance medically. You need to see a psychologist. You need to see somebody, a therapist, a counselor, somebody to speak with, to gain some understanding in why you're thinking the way you're thinking, because it's not okay to wish ill will on another. If you're sitting there having ill thoughts on another, you need to give yourself a shake. That's not normal behavior. That's very telling that you are struggling and you are in need of some form of support. And that's the support that you are going to have to ask for. And you may have to pay for, depending on where you live. I don't know, guys. This is the message. This is what's come out today. So if this is resonating with you and you're going through this, I feel for you. I do. I know what it's like to have discord with, it does sound a little bit familiar in some ways. So I understand that. I can resonate with this message, and I could see why Spirit showed me it the way they showed me it. But if this is you going through this, I feel for you. I know that it's not easy having someone slander your character when all you're doing is the best that you can for your kids, and they're trying to make it look like you're going above and beyond to do the opposite. But the truth of it all is, the telling truth of it all is, you cannot hide in authenticity. You can be authentic. You can't hide authentic. When someone is authentic, you can't hide that. It's very clear when someone's authentic. It's very clear when someone is strong in their being, and all their actions are showing the truth of what their existence has been. There's no messing with that. There's no questioning it, because it's there. You could see it. But when the reality is you're pretending that you're being authentic, but you're being inauthentic, and your lies have a vibration, you're lying about somebody, those vibrational pulls that come out of you, people feel. I find it so fascinating that many people don't think that their actions can be felt. It's like he could be sitting at a table with people, and then all of a sudden two people look at each other in a weird way, and like, you know, you could see that look, you could feel that energy, and it's like, is it being directed at me, or at collective? Like, is it, what did I just witness and feel? It's just like, I'm here. I'm, you know, I'm here, right? I could see this, right? It's very clear, right? So this feels like it's very much like that. It's like whatever they're doing, it's coming up. Let me just do a clarifying here. Clarify the Seven of Cups, please. With the intentions of that Seven of Cups here. Holy moly, did you guys see that? I just had 4 cards all fly out. I had the Knight of Swords fly out. I had a 10 of Swords fly out. A 6 of Wands. And the upright. So they're trying to gain victory. They're charging at you with their emotions, with their slander. They're not going to give up. They're charging at you in this disillusionment to create some sort of 10 of Swords, and they believe they're going to be victorious. But what's really happening is they're under severe judgment. That just came out to clarify the 7 of Cups energy, the distorted energy that they're in. They really believe whatever they're experiencing is the truth. They're believing their lies. Whatever they've told themselves, whatever they've constructed over the amount of time that you've been separated from them in regards to you and your, like, the only connection that you have with them, which would be your children. So this is for sure something to do with someone's children. They aren't really there for them. They're not really seeing the greater picture, and they're just spewing a whole bunch of bullshit out there about you, trying to kill you off, trying to make you not here, trying to make you, well, let's just see what the 10 of Swords says in this particular deck. Pain. They're trying to cause you pain, affliction, tears, sadness, desolation, impossibility of acting. They don't want you to react to anything that they're doing. They just want you to take it. And they're charging at you with this Knight of Swords energy. So a lot of Swords energy in this reading today. A lot of Pentacles and Cups, a lot of emotions. So this could have something to do with money, could have something to do with finances. The Knight being a warrior, conqueror, forceful and straightforward person. But before, this is in the reverse. Even though these cards don't express the reverse, this flew out in the reverse. And I'm going to take it as the reverse of it. So this is somebody who's, they're gaining, they're hostile, they're angry, they're filled with destruction, and they're your opposition. They're ruined. They want to ruin you. Anything they can to ruin you because they feel like you ruined them. Let's clarify that, shall we? And they're under severe judgment for this. Let's clarify that. Ruin. They want to ruin collective. Clarify this, please. They feel like collective ruined them. What really happened? Devil. They're in devil-like energy. Knight of Cups, Fool. Sneaky and deceptive. Yeah. Okay, so what do I have here? We have the Nine of Cups and the Fool. They're seeing you moving forward. They're seeing you get all these gorgeous things in life. Nine of Cups, you're heading towards wish fulfillment. And you're in a new journey. Like, they did not think you'd move on. You've moved on. That's very clear. You've moved on. And you're happy about it. And they're being sneaky with the Seven of Swords. And then we have the Knight of Wands. They're being sneaky with energy, energetic, sneaky. They're forcing themselves with the Knight of Swords prior. But now with the Knight of Wands, there's this force of energy that's slanderous. They're seeking to ruin the way that you look, the way that you are perceived. And this is because you're shining brightly, and they don't want you to shine brightly, because you shining brightly shows people what they've been saying about you is inaccurate. You're authentic, and you can't hide from authenticity. You're going to be your authentic self. It's going to shine through. Somebody who is in this positioning here is somebody who aspires hope and faith for the world. There's somebody that is utilizing what they've lived, and they're being authentic in themselves, and they're moving forward with it. And that's what this is showcasing to me. But you're not, this person is not wanting this for you. And they're in this devil-like energy at all costs. They want to make you look like this is you, rather than somebody who's shining brightly. I'm going to leave it here. I'm not going to dive in any further. I don't want to know. You know. If this message is resonating with you, you know what you've been dealing with. You know the truth of the story of it. And it sounds like it's coming up, and people are starting to see there's some sort of distortion going on with this person. They're trying to continue some form of facade perception that's just not jiving anymore. And they're kind of coming to like this difficult understanding that there's going to be change afoot. And I mean, they're going to keep charging in the lie until, it sounds like they're going to ride their lie till they die. They're just going to ride it until they can't ride it anymore. and that's a shame. So let's hope, I pray, and I hope that this person finds God, finds some form of help that could aid them in understanding the truth or the reality of what they're living, instead of living such a distorted way. Anyhow, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that you enjoyed the message. Please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, take care.